Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Trey, back with another video here. This video is going to be one of those. Yeah, it's going to be one of those. I got the featured one, and I got another before the feature. But anyway, before we get to it, go ahead that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Please leave a comment telling what you think about both situations that's going to be showed here, and share this to anybody who like videos like these. So without further ado, let's get into it. This first one's not a feature, but it's a situation that happened. I forgot where it happened, but I'm just gonna let it play, and I have my take on it afterward.
A group of teenagers poured cold water on a stranger and then were shot dead. The video showed an angry homeowner walking out of the door with a weapon. A 16-year-old boy named Agus was at the end of the group when he was unfortunately shot while fleeing. The other teenagers heard the sound and immediately scattered and ran away, but Agus died due to severe injuries. When the police arrived at the scene, they immediately arrested the homeowner and stated that these teenagers had not been harassing neighbors for the first time. They often knocked on the door in the early morning and then ran away immediately, causing trouble for the entire community. Previously, people had warned them many times, but they still continued their behavior. After Agus's mother heard that her son had died, she immediately sued the homeowner. She couldn't believe that someone would pull the trigger on a 16-year-old boy and accuse the homeowner of murder, demanding $1.2 million in compensation. The homeowner's lawyer stated that it was because the teenagers poured water on the homeowner that such a consequence occurred. However, the judge indicated that the homeowner should have called the police and should not have used a lethal weapon. The judge ultimately ruled that the homeowner's actions constituted murder and sentenced the homeowner to 15 years in prison and required him to pay $850,000 in compensation. Do you think such a judgment is fair to the homeowner?
I don't think the judgment is fair. Yes, I think, my opinion, no. I'll probably react the same way as the homeowner, because when somebody knocking my door or I'm walking out the door and I see something flying at me, normally my pistol's in my hand when I walk out the door, especially at night. My pistol's in my hand. Early in the morning, 5 o'clock, it's still dark. So yeah, the pistol's in my hand. So I feel for this homeowner. I'm like, you just don't do that. See, it's stupid. Like, this is why some people don't like black people. Shit like this. Yes, a kid lost his life, but you shouldn't be doing that. You already had people complaining you shouldn't be doing that. And now one lost their life, I bet they'll learn then. To me, the homeowner should have got at least, I say manslaughter. I don't think he should have got murder, which was, I think he got what, 2nd degree murder? He should have got manslaughter, not 2nd degree murder, in my opinion. But anyway, y'all give me your thoughts and opinions on that one. We're going to go to the featured clips. And I won't say much of anything while the clips are playing.
Imagine being married to your wife and you have 3 kids with her. And then you find out that one of the kids is not yours. That means that your wife cheated on you. Crazy. How about if you found out that 2 of the kids that you thought were yours are not? Your blood is probably boiling at this point. Well, guess what? In the Sean Flood's case, this man found out that all 3 of the kids were not his. And to make things even worse, not only was this woman cheating on this man, she was cheating on him with his relatives, so the kids belonged to his relatives. After getting this information, Deshaun decides to go down to his wife's job and confront her about it. She sees him coming and runs inside of one of her co-workers' car. That didn't stop Deshaun from shooting her multiple times. And when she tried to run while shot, Deshaun chased her down and pistol whipped her. After hearing the gunshot, some of the co-workers called the cops. The cops came, arrested Deshaun, and the wife made it to the hospital where she survived. There are some people on the internet that are saying it's a valid crash out because not only was she cheating on him, she was cheating on this man with his relatives. And others are saying that they believe that he took it too far.
Before I let it play again, I'm going to say this real quick. I'm on the fence between it being a valid crash out and he took it too far. I'm on the fence. But I'll give my reasoning on it at the end of these. So that's the first part I want to show. I got a couple more.
And folks mad because they want to do a DNA test at birth. It will help prevent this. She's talking about the Deshaun Flood situation. I absolutely agree that it should be mandatory at birth, because then Deshaun would have known that the first child wasn't his, and he would not have stayed until the 3rd one. Knowing that child is not yours from day one makes it easier for you to walk away from that situation. But finding out years later, after you've invested time, energy, and love into this child, makes the pain that much more difficult to deal with. And another reason why I think it's important to have mandatory DNA testing at birth is it takes away the pressure from both the man and the woman. Here are the 2 reasons why it's very difficult. On one hand, your wife was faithful to you the entire relationship. She just went through 9 months of carrying your child to term and gave birth. And while in the hospital, you as a man say, hey, I want to get a DNA test. She's automatically going to feel like you don't trust her, even though she's been faithful the entire relationship. But also, let's say if that woman was not faithful to you and you want a DNA test, she's going to have the same feeling, but for different reasons. So it's going to be very difficult for you to tell which one was faithful and which one wasn't. So yes, having mandatory DNA tests will help to eliminate all of that.
And I agree. They need to really pass this. I know there's already something in law that's getting passed. I know Tennessee passed it a year or 2 ago. And I'm hearing that it was supposed to be another law coming in. Y'all tell me, because I didn't get a chance to really look it up. So y'all tell me in the comments who and where, what place is actually passing the law. Is it federal or is it at a different state level? So we're going to get to this last clip.
Free that man. If this story about Deshaun Hood is true, the man who allegedly shot his wife because he found out that 3 of their children were not his and instead were family members, free that man. That's a crime of passion. Hear me out. Some of y'all women will flip out when another woman texts your man, and y'all are destroying cars and burning clothes and trying to run them over.
Yep.
But this man finds out that his wife has cheated on him, not once, not twice, but 3 times with family members. Think about the fact that this man is at 4th of July, hosted at his house, and all of these people that are cheating with his wife are sitting at his table eating his food. He is at Christmas watching his kids opening up gifts. Yeah, this was from Uncle such and such. In reality, that's from your daddy. Whole time, this woman is looking this man in the face. Yeah, I need you to go work some overtime because we need some back to school clothes for the kids. Them ain't his kids. I fully believe that it needs to be mandatory that we do DNA tests at birth for everybody. Married, dating, hookups, everybody needs to be doing DNA tests before they sign a birth certificate. Because this is one of them situations where, very sad, the woman survived. Allegedly, she is still at the hospital recovering from her injuries. But this is a crime of passion. That man blacked out. Because I know I would. Free that man.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. It was a crime of passion. If you in the audience, people who watching this video, who haven't watched Law and Order, SVU, all that, you should know. Or CSI, you should know. This is, or Forensic Files. If you that deep into mystery shows like that, you know this is crime of passion. Straight up. It's not just 1, not 2, but all 3 of your kids. Your wife cheated on you with. They not your kids, and each one is different family member. From what I heard, it's a different family member for each kid. A different family member for each kid. Bruh, this part of me say, yeah, to me it's a valid crash out. Other part of me is I don't condone violence. I really don't, unless it's for self-defense. But this is almost a damn near valid crash out, because I probably would probably be in that same position as him to find out all 3 of my kids is not mine and they are belong to my family members. Yeah, this hit me hard because I do have a kid. And fortunately, I did do a DNA test on my kid. I had to do one secretly, but I did do one just because I had to. I wanted to make sure it was my kid. So yeah. So it's a valid, to me, it's a valid crash out. At one part of me, it's a valid crash out. The other part, he shouldn't took it that far. He should have just divorced her and disappeared. That's one way you can do it. Divorce her and disappear. Leave. Yes, you have to make the bad ultimate decision, leave those kids, because you help raise them and you got to bond with them. But there's some things you got to do, because most men will prefer to raise kids that are biologically theirs. And that's a real thing. That's one of man's greatest fears. To know that to see that his kids are not his, that he's raising, not his. That's one of a man's greatest fears, and women don't seem to understand that. Some women do, but a good number of women do not understand that. There's a reason why men prefer to raise their own seed, preferably. So, to me, I think he should have got manslaughter. I don't think he should have got, 2nd-degree murder. If this whole story is true, which I think is true, it happened in Detroit, so I wouldn't put it past it. But that's enough for me talking. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Please be respectful, please. And this is all I'm gonna say from here. So if you made it this far, go ahead and make that. Sorry about that. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Again, leave your comments down in the comment section below. Your thoughts and opinions. Keep it respectful, and share this with anybody who like videos like these. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Y'all have a good one, and peace.